Welcome back, everybody. Today we will learn many topics. Let's just do an outline what we are going to cover today. As you can see, it says actually modules, but I would say revision of functions and again lambda functions and higher order functions and modules. These are the topics what we are going to cover today. Okay, but I gave you just some questions a while ago and let's solve those. Okay, today is actually the 5th week, so let's create a folder, and in here I can say just exercises, function exercises, function .py. For Susil, I gave this some list of items, the name of the function, and it takes a list and returns the sum of the items, yeah, and list of items, yeah, and the list is a number. And for Imran, sum of numbers in a range. It takes to range to numbers and sum the numbers between the two numbers, yeah. And for Timo, what was change or change item to upper. It takes a list of items and return the upper, a list of the upper cases of the item, yeah. And for Johan, it's the same, return, yeah, return actually change or square list of items. Yeah, so it takes a list and return the square, a list with a square items. Yeah, I think now let's start from the first one. So what says some list of items? So it's a def, that's some list of items. Then I have to do, usually if you write a function, it might be difficult for you to just execute. You can just start from nothing. So let's create a list. The list is going to be just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, an example. Yeah. So what we can do, and I can loop for L in list, and then I can do the print, right? And actually I am just iterating, yeah, going through every, as you can see, I am getting this value, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. Now, but printing just doesn't do much, so I have to sum all together. Let's have initial 0 instead of just printing total is equal to total plus the list item, one of the item. This might be confusing. I can call it item, one of the item, or yeah. So now instead, I can just say print total. As you can see, I'm printing outside the loop. What total is not defined. Yeah, as you can see, it's 15. Have you seen it? 15. Great. Now let's change this to a function. I can just copy this, def, and then I can call it sum of items, and then list. Now I can just do this indent. You know, indentation is very important. I don't need this static list because now I'm getting the list as in a parameter. It's coming in here. So I remove this part. Then instead of printing, actually, I can return the total. Yeah, this is the function that was given to one of the students, right? So this is the, now let's test. Print sum of items. Then you may have, for instance, a list for, oh, sorry. I can just pass this list to here. And I'm expecting 1, 2, 3, 6, 10, 15. Let's check. As you can see, we have 15 over here. Great. Now, if you just try with a different, for instance, let me just make things easier. What is the result? What result are you expecting from this? Oh, you tell me, guys. 100 plus 200, 300, and 300 and 300, 600. Okay. As you can see, 600. Great. Now we're done with the first function exercise, and let's just comment this out. Okay. And move on to the second, sum of numbers of range. What it means actually, if I ask you, for instance, the sum of, so what you should use, range. What is the sum of all numbers between 10 and 100? Yeah, so it's easy, right? So we can see list, this gives us a list actually, and we have to also change this to a list, but this is not inclusive, so you have to add additional. So let's see, print list. Oh yeah, have you seen all the list from 10 to 100? You can see it like this. Oh yeah, and actually you can also change maybe to 50. Yeah, it just, or maybe you can just 80 if you want. Great. But how do we sum this up? Again, you can say total 0. And we don't need, by the way, if you are looping through, you don't have to even use for num in list. Total is equal to total plus the num. Yeah, that's what you need. Now we are about to print the total. Let's see. Yeah, this is the total. If you want from 0, you can just change this. Yeah, now the plan is actually to change this to a function. So we can say def sum of range of numbers, yeah. So m and n in between 2, right? And then let's, so what is M is the starting. So I will pass here M. And N will be the, but N should be actually plus, N should be plus 1. Then what, nothing to change. Yes, then let's just return total and check if it works. Print sum of range of numbers between 0 and 0 and 100. Let's check. Have you seen it? Yeah, it works. How about between 50? Yeah, it's working. So you can actually do it many times. And for instance, if you 0 and 10, and 0 and 100, and 50 and 60 if you want. And let's see different result. Yeah, so you can do like that. But sometimes if I don't want to put a range, okay, let's imagine the default for this one is 0. If someone doesn't pass, I can pass a default 0. But why this? Default argument follows default. Yep. So in that case, then let me try. Oh, but let me try with that 0 and N. And maybe we have to do N and M should be 0. Yeah, this works. Yeah. So in this case now, but now as you can see, the order also matters. I have to rearrange this. Yeah. So this means actually now the end should be 10 and the starting should be 0. But we don't have to have, it doesn't have that much relevance, and we can keep it without a default. And we have to really pass value. We have to pass value. And let's make it work. As it was great. Are you happy with the result, Imran, with this one?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now let's move on to change item to upper. It takes a list of items and return the list of the uppercase of the items. Yeah. Now let's imagine names of famous people, and you know, of course, Sabina is one of the famous people. Next to Donald, Donald, and then let's move on to Bill, and then let's go to Steve. These are famous people. And now for name in names, right? In names, we have to loop through and print and the name upper, right? Let's see the results. We have to make this step by step. By the way, if we don't comment out the previous card, it will be, so we can comment this out. And okay. As you can see, the lowercase, the uppercase, the lowercase, the uppercase, the lowercase, the uppercase. Great, but it's not yet a list. So we have to have a list, a new list, and empty. Instead of printing, actually, we can append. So printing, as I told you, doesn't do match. So new list dot append, and we can just append this operation. Then if you print out the new list, print a new list. Now, by now, I should get a different list. Oh, yeah. Have you seen this? Yeah, so we have to change this to a function, because if you change it to a function, we can reuse it. We can pass names of countries, names of people, names of fruits, or names of vegetables, and it can do for us. Yep, let's do that. Okay, how do I change this? Def, change to upper case, and it should take a list. And now I have to new list, good. Names, no. Instead, I have to change this to list. Name, no. We never know if this is going to be a name or a country. Let's just make it neutral. Item, one of the items. Item. And we should return a new list. New list. Now, let's print, change to uppercase. I can pass the names over here, or I can pass countries. Now, for instance, I can pass countries here, Finland, and Sweden, and Denmark, and Norway, and Iceland. And let's see the result. Oh, what? Yeah, as you can see, I didn't pass it as in list. I forgot to pass it as in list. Yes, now it should work. Yep, have you seen? Yeah, that was the question. Okay, are you happy with the solution, Timo?
Yeah, I'm happy. What keep it so that I can check my code now. One moment. All right, thank you.
Yeah. By the way, this even can be shorter using a list comprehension. I don't like to mix it, but just to show you, if we use list comprehension, we can use list like this for list for item in list. And then what we should do is actually item to upper, and we can even make it shorter. Even we don't have to do all this step, and this could be the answer. And have you seen using list comprehension? But we will learn. Have you seen it? Yeah, it's still working, but we will learn I have to just keep the previous code. Is it still working? Yeah, so I can also keep the copy. I can just change this to a list comprehension. List comprehension means you can use a list inside a list for loop. Item in list. Then this item we will change it to uppercase. Item dot upper. This is what you need, and you don't need all this. So of course, after that we have to return this. And this is much shorter, and also in terms of efficiency and memory, this is much better, but we will cover list comprehension next week. Great. Yep. Let's move on to the last square list of items. Yeah. Now again, you have items, nums. Yep. 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, the expected solution is going to be 0, 1, 4, and 9. Okay, so we can say for num in nums print num. Yeah, that's what you should do. Let's see, as you can see, yeah, but why printing? We can actually multiply them by or the power of 2, squaring, right? As you can see, if it's 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 9. Okay, that's great. Then I think we can change this to maybe we have to say list of squares and then empty, or maybe you can say new list. Why we can make just a generic new list. Then I can append this every time. New list dot append. As you can see, the square. We don't need this. And then print new list. Have you seen? Oh, we managed to change it to as you can see, it's working great. Now let's change this to a function. Def square list of items, a list. As you can see, it says nums, but I have to change it to the list. That's coming from the parameter num. I can just keep it like that, everything like that. Return the new list. Yeah, we're done. Now let's check print square of square list item and then nums, as you can see here. Yep, it's working. Or print square, I can say 10, 20. I think it's 20. Oh, why? And 30. Great. Have you seen? Now it's working. And again, Johan, are you happy with the solution?
Yes, I am.
And we can also change it to list comprehension. Let me have a copy of this, and let's keep this for letter reference. If you want to use list comprehension, you can say for what? Why it's changed to okay. For num in list, you can just square one of the num. Then this is good enough for your solution return, and you don't need all this. And it should work. Have you seen? It's still working. Great. Let's see if there's other question. So just to recap, remember in Python, we use def as a keyword to create a function and the name of a function, okay? And then followed by a parenthesis. In this parenthesis, we may or may not have a parameter. For instance, ABC is a parameter, or we may not have, okay? Then you may have or may not have. So let's say print I am a function. Yeah, so if you have a function, if you create the function, you have to invoke it. You have to call it to use it, right? So I have to say name of a function. I'm invoking it. Okay. As you can see, I'm a function. If I have a parameter here, I have to pass it over here also. Just now it's going there. Then such a lovely function. Okay, let's see. As you can see now, I am a function, such a lovely function. The value, the parameter I passed, I passed it here also as in argument. Okay, but for instance, if it was a number A and B, and if we have a plan to sum them up, now I have to also pass here numbers, right? If I say 10 and 20, since I'm returning, this has to be printed out. So I'm expecting 30. Yeah, but how about if it is like, for instance, a string, water, and if this is going to be melon, and it will be concatenated, it will be watermelon. Yeah, but if one of this is going to be a number, for instance, it will be wrong. Why? Because yeah, can only concatenate string, not int. Yeah, but I can change that stir to, and then it will be concatenated. But it doesn't mean, yeah, water two doesn't make sense anyway. Okay, last time, if you remember, we can calculate weight of an object, and that could be mass and gravity, right? If you remember, in return mass times gravity of the object, and this can be, gravity can be for instance 9.81. Most of us we just spend our time on planet Earth, so it's okay to just put this one, and we can calculate. Okay, calculate weight, for instance 75 at planet Earth. I will get something like this. How about on the moon? On the moon, 75 kilogram, I think it's 1.65, the gravity of the moon. Here we didn't pass gravity because if we don't pass an argument here, the default will be used. Okay, great. Why? Oh, what happened? The name T is not defined. Let's check. Line T 117 name error. Okay. Okay, wait, what happened? Line T. T, where is the T? I didn't see that T. No, it was working already. Okay, as you can see, it's just working already. Now, as you can see, yeah. How about loops? You know, I mean, if you have arrays, you should expect loops. Yeah. For instance, if I ask you, hey, Dave, mix two lists, list one and list two. And then to mix two lists, it's so easy. You just list one plus list two is enough, right? That's just good enough, because we learned that already. If you have, let's see, print 1, 2 and plus 3, 4 should give us 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what I know, at least. Yeah. So as you can see, we can mix that. But how about if the story is a bit different? And also having the square of this. Okay, great. Now, first we have to do the mixing. Okay, mixed list. We're having here. Yeah, we mixed it. After mixing, we have to loop through new list again, an empty list, and then we have to loop through for item in mixed list, and then now new list dot append, and then item, I have to square this. And then by the end, we have to return the new list. Yep. So for instance, if I pass this, let me show you mixed list, and I have to do this. So I'm expecting 1, 4, 9, and 16. It seems we had a problem. So let's see, mixed list. Okay, guys, you have to also read whenever you have something like this, you should read what's the problem. It says line 88. Okay, here, what's the problem in here? I have one list. Yeah, the problem is I can't do this. It should be it should be an argument, this list and this list. The way I was doing was wrong. Okay. Yeah, now as you can see, this has been mixed. After being mixed, it has been squared. Every item has been squared. And now I got this, a flat list. Okay, great. Yeah, and now just to remind you, do you remember if I ask you to create a function that takes unlimited number of parameters? For instance, the print function takes, it takes unlimited number of parameters, right? It takes whatever, right? You know that? Are you familiar with this, guys? What I'm doing here? The print built-in function takes unlimited number of arguments and the different data types. Now, if I ask you, hey, create a function that takes any number of arguments. Okay, sum of nums. This takes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, whatsoever. Okay, so how can we make that? Okay, you can say def sum of numbers, and now let's try. Actually, this is how you should do this, star and then args. It could be args or list or whatever, or XYZ, doesn't matter, but it's common to say args, okay? And then let's print these args, how it looks like. When you print the args, it will be a tuple, okay? Let's just call this function. Let's call the function without any parameter, okay? Okay. Oh, I got a tuple. How about if I have some parameters, 1, 2, 3? I will, oh yeah, I got a tuple and this is coming out from here. Then actually we can do total. Total means the initial, and then we can say for item in the tuple in args, then total is equal to total plus the item. And then finally, we can return the total. And this gives us actually the sum of all the numbers. Yeah, because we have to print, yeah? Print 6. Okay, maybe you can pass 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 100, 2000, whatever, and minus 3000. Okay, because okay, it's going to be negative. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so this is how you should do. Is it clear so far, guys? Okay, now we saw using the star, we have seen this unlimited or arbitrary number of parameters or arguments. How about if we have two? Let's see, some def or some function sample func and quarks, then print quarks. And now let's see, I will explain this later. Let's call the sample this and see the value. Oh, have you seen? Now here we have seen when we were using the one star, we got as in a tuple, but now we are getting as in a dictionary. So if I pass, for instance, now name, for instance, as Sabena, and then maybe Yitai, let's see what we are going to get there. Yeah, but as you can see, it needs some kind of like I have to give this, for instance, I have to say first name, and I have to give it something like this, and last name as in. If you pass something like this, then the quark changes this value to a dictionary. It's not sample fun. What? What's not defined? Name error. Sample function is not defined. I thought it's defined. Okay, so let's then go to 10 days of Python and we can have a solution there. Or 30 days of where do we have that example? Let me check. Python course. Yeah, this is to unpack dictionary. Okay, sorry. So it has to be a dictionary. Yeah. So instead of this, I have to write something like this. And this should be as a dictionary. So I have to write it like this and like this. Okay, let's try now. Sample text 0.9, but 1 was given. let's see a sample because, okay, we have here. Yeah, I think I was wide and it didn't work. Yeah, it was good for the first time I put. Oh, okay, then I think this was good actually. And this was good. So in the unexpected, okay, the problem was unexpected indentation. So this kind of minor mistakes sometimes. Yeah, the problem was at the very beginning because of unexpected indentation. So as you can see, you're passing this as in just a value, as in argument, but it is giving you as in a kind of a dictionary. Age, you can say now, age 250, everyone knows, and country, and Finland, and yeah, skills. For instance, if I have skills, then I can say, oh, what are my skills? HTML, and then maybe CSS, and maybe JS, and maybe React. And then if you do this again, yeah. So now the printing doesn't look good. And how about if we import pprint? From p print import pprint, and let me print that as in a pretty print. Yeah, pprint. Yeah, now it looks good, right? So it's up to you now here to do whatever you want. What? Here now I can loop through that for key in coworks, then print. Now you may expect all the keys, right? Yeah, let's try. As you can see, all the keys. And if you want the values from coargs, you can just get the value, and yeah, at the same time we are getting the values. So you can do also something like this. We have covered everything you need related to functions, and after this it's all about practicing and applying it. And of course we may also solve different problems, and in that time you will have a chance to see. For instance, how do we use this? I may ask you, for instance, to use it in different places. Wait, let me take you to here. Cats. Do you love guys cats? Who is the cat person? I may take you to this website and show you different cats. Oh yeah, cats. This is, we call this API. API is a way to communicate data. So this API actually got 67 breeds of cat. What does that mean? Actually, different cats in the world, their data can be found. I fetch this data using JavaScript, and actually I generated some image, and I may show you there. That would be so easy for you to understand. It's downloading. So this is what I'm talking about. If you're a cat person, so you will have a chance to enjoy different cat breeds. Oh yeah, so yeah, I think let me just make it a bit smaller, and you will have a chance to look at. Yeah, so let me just take you to this page. So as you can see, in Greece, they have one cat breed, only one cat, and it looks like this. And the weight of this cat is actually 3 to 5 kilograms, and their lifespan is 9 to 12 years. Oh yeah. But from this data, I did some calculation, and the average weight of a cat is actually 4.7 kilogram. If you sum up all the weights of the cat in this world, and if you do the average, it's 4.7, and their lifespan is also 13.75 years. In the United Arab Emirates also, they do have only one cat breed, as you can see. In Australia, they have one, but surprisingly in America, they have many cats. Let me take you, where's America? Yes, here. 28 different kind of cats. Oh yeah. So what am I talking about this? I have to share this. How about if I ask you, hey guys, find the average weight of a cat from this API. Can you calculate that? Or, yeah, so I have to share with you guys this. We will do this maybe, or I can give you an assignment. For now, I think we have covered the function part and the exercise part. And after the break, we will learn about lambda function and higher order function. See you soon.